Hey everyone, got a cool trick to show you today. It has to do with these two markers here, and I don't know about you guys, but when I'm in the fish room, I'm always marking stuff on the tanks. I mark dates when baby fish are born, scientific names of species when I'm trying to remember them, and it also helps me to remember which tanks are empty when I'm looking for a quick spot to drop some fish. When marking tanks, you find out that these dry erase markers here, although they are convenient because they erase off, they end up smudging off when you're working on the tanks just as easy, and they end up not really holding up when you're doing a water change or any sort of maintenance, catching fish out of the tank, so that's not very good. So we have this option here, which is the Sharpie. These pens are permanent markers. When you write on the tank, you can scrape it off with a razor blade, which most people do, and I did until recently. And basically you would write on the tank, and then I'll just grab a blade here, 1 second. And you take the blade and you scrape it and it comes right off. Now this is pretty easy, but I started looking for an alternative this year because a lot of times when I mark my tanks, I end up marking at the top corners. Now on this tank it's flat on this corner, but on these 10-gallon tanks there's a seam right here. And if you take this razor blade and you're scratching off the label, you have the potential to damage that seam. So I didn't really want this razor blade there. It's never happened to me where I've damaged a seam, but I didn't want to take that chance. So I came across another alternative option, which was pretty cool, and I'd like to share that with you guys. So basically, it's the same idea. You use the Sharpie. So I'll write tank. Now, we like this option because right now my hand won't smudge it, whereas this option wipes right off. But when you take this dry erase marker here and you cover the Sharpie marker, it then erases. It's pretty cool, and this works on any dry erase board. So if your kids accidentally use a Sharpie on your dry erase board, no problem. Just take a dry erase to it, cover it up, wipe it off. The other day, I came across a situation unique to fish keeping. I made a spelling mistake on a bag. So as you can see here, I wrote guppy, I wrote it wrong. Permanent marker, because on the bag you don't want it to wipe off. So I thought to myself, I wonder if this will work on the bag. And lo and behold, it did. So it wasn't perfect. I could still see a little bit of residue on the bag. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on the camera. But for what it's worth, could be a lifesaver. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope it saves you some time, some money, at least makes for a cool trick to show your friends or your family, but enjoy.